Hi there. So my 2018 season is just about started. I've got some pot leeks, which is grown from grass off a couple of seed heads that I had. Cumbrian and Betty Black in there. I've got some more which are a bit more advanced under the grow lights, just to pick them up for a couple of weeks, just under T5 lights, and then they'll be coming into the greenhouse. On the allotment. I have got the heater on, the thermostat set at 10 degrees Celsius, and we'll hopefully be filling this greenhouse very soon. I am going to be picking some more leeks up tomorrow from Paul Rochester. There's a few dozen going to be brought back from there, so hopefully get some decent plants off Paul again this year. So the benches, everything's going to be cleaned down tomorrow, in preparation to get the leeks. The vitapod's being cleaned with J's fluid. Greenhouse benches are empty, ready to be, as I say, filled up. I will be extending the benches, so there's quite a big open space in the centre of the greenhouse here. I'll be extending the benches out to about there, bringing the back one a bit further, and then probably leave this one on the side here. So when the leeks and the onions get a bit bigger, there's plenty headroom for them to be grown up. So yeah, a little bit of work to do in the greenhouse, but it's nothing fancy. Just in preparation for the big grow to start. As far as 2018 is concerned, my brother is actually getting married in September. I know it's a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. His stag do and his wife to be's hen do's also in September, so that's 3 weekends almost gone in September. So basically my growing season next year is buggered. But having said that, I'm going to still grow for sure and show what I can. Probably not be doing many of the national shows. I know he's on about having his stag do on Harrogate weekend, but it's still undecided, but we'll see what happens. Wisley's still on the cards because that's a weekday, and we'll see what else we can get out of September anyway. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So the allotment, all of the dahlias are now lifted. So basically the process, what I do is about a week before I'm going to be lifting them, I take the tops off, so it's just stumps. You'll have seen that I had black my pex, I can't remember what it's called, the weed suppressant. Basically that's just lifted, rolled right back up, and it leaves fresh ground underneath. There's no weeds because the weed suppressant does its job really well. And yeah, we'll roll the weed suppressant back in preparation to dig the tubers out. So in here I had about 180 sorry. And this year, growing wise, has been pretty poor. I did have a good weekend at the back end of September where we didn't have any rain, but nothing for national quality. So plans for this year coming, path on the side there is going to be widened, and I'll be moving the covers over. So I'll be covering all of this area right to the top, and filling with dahlias. The whole allotment next year outdoors is going to be covered with dahlias underneath, hopefully. Polytunnel, I'm going to take the covers off, and I'm going to be extending the polytunnel hopefully another two hoops. So the polytunnel is going to come down to here. This space here I've used for growing dahlias for the last 2 or 3 years, and it just hasn't really performed, so it's sort of wasted space. So I'm going to extend the polytunnel a little bit further down, which gives us more chance of growing more leeks. Leeks are out now. I still need to have a bit of a tidy up in here, but this is where I've been storing my dahlia tubers in just a couple of the stock plants. So dahlia tubers, they're lifted, tops chopped, and they're put to dry. So that's a nice size tuber. That is Barbary Primrose Hall. Just needs the soil knocked off, the hair roots trimmed, and probably a little bit more of the top trimmed off, and then that's ready to store. So basically how I store mine is pretty much the same as a lot of people's. They just get moved into the greenhouse, put on another bench and forgetting about. Just keep them frost free and they just take over. Just keep checking them every couple of weeks just to make sure there's none going rotten or soft. And then they get bedded up in January. In that time, hopefully the heat starts to rise, a bit more sunlight, a bit more daylight, and we'll start to get some cutting material. So there's plenty of boxes, all split into separate varieties, and they'll basically go in the greenhouse in about 5 days to a week's time. Just trying to get a bit spare time after work. So the leek trenches, what I'm going to be doing this year, I've already started flushing it, but basically you just turn the hose on where a leak's been and just flush the full bed out. I'll do that this week as well when I'm just preparing the dahlia tubers. And what I'll do is I'll be turning the beds over and then taking samples from the bed and getting them tested to make sure I add the right fertiliser to the trenches this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have a good growing season for the leeks next year. I'm going to put a bit of effort into it and hopefully I'll get the rewards out of it like I did a year ago. So that's it with that. Into the chilli and tomato. I still need to chop the tomatoes down, but the chilies are starting to die back. There's a few chilies still on there, good sized chilies on. And basically what I'll do is the ones that are worth keeping, just trim all the edges back, and I'm going to overwinter a few of the chili plants and hopefully get some bigger plants next year, and we'll see what comes of them. Auto pot system as well. I'll be using the auto pot system at home in the greenhouse at home, and hopefully next year I'm going to be putting some giant onions in here as well, and maybe some quality onions again, but we'll see what happens with that. There's plenty of time to be deciding what's going in the tunnels. Have a quick butchers up the top. Some more stock leek plants there. What I'm going to be doing here is, I think I've said it before, extending the beds and having 2 long carrot beds, and have a good crack at growing some quality stump root carrots, some sweet kernel. This bed here will be turned into a dahlia bed as well. Good quality soil in there. I've had really good yield out of that for the last couple of years. Not really much fertiliser added. One thing that I probably will be adding this year is some cow manure. So yeah, that's about it. Trying to think if there's anything else that I'm going to be doing. As I say, big construction with the dahlia covers. Extended. I have had some big issues with sitting rainwater on top of the frame, so I'm going to be pitching the roof as opposed to a slope. So yeah, right, that's it, a quick one. Also in the next video I'll be building me grow box, so in preparation for receiving the giant onions. We'll have some set away. We'll set some away at the end of August, at the end of September, and at the end of October. My money's on the end of September ones, so we'll see what happens with them. We have got the facilities to be planting out early, so we will be planting some of them probably in February time, because they'll be quite a big size. And in the next video, as I say, I'll be showing you the grow box, which I'll be making tomorrow. So that's it. Thanks for watching.